And the same is true with you. Your frequencies have to match up. And you have to practice your frequencies in order to get them to match up. What it really comes down to is first you have to understand that you are a vibrational being living in a vibrational universe. Do you sort of kind of get that? Do you accept that? Do you understand that law of attraction is the manager of all of these frequencies universally? It doesn't matter where you are focused in this universe. Law of attraction is managing the frequencies because law of attraction says that which is likened to itself is drawn. So you have really only one important awareness, and that is, what are you doing with your frequency right here, right now? And another way of saying that is, how are you feeling? How do you feel right now? Are you ornery? Are you angry? Are you frustrated? Are you overwhelmed? Are you loving? Are you in love? Are you appreciating? Are you eager? Are you excited? Do you feel clarity? Do you feel confusion? In other words, the way you feel, your emotions are your first indicator of the realization of the frequencies between all that you've become and all that you are allowing yourself to be right here and now. We want to say this to you in a very blunt way. If your life, your important life, had not caused you to become more, you wouldn't be missing not letting yourself do it. In other words, the only reason you ever feel negative emotion is because you have expanded, but you're not, by virtue of what you're thinking right now, allowing yourself to take the expansion. You're not realizing it. You can sense it. You can feel it. You can feel the tug of war going on within you. You are more than you are allowing yourself to be. So that's what we want to talk about while we're together today. I want to help you to realize what you're doing in order to realize all that you're wanting. Esther has found two favorite words, and she focuses on them almost incessantly. One is fun, and the other is clarity. Because when she's in a state of clarity, she is in her highest good feeling. In other words, to be tuned in to all that you really are, to have that sort of clarity present in your day-to-day, moment-to-moment experience. It just doesn't get any better than that. We're eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you. And there is nothing that is off limits. It is our promise to you that whatever you've come wanting to know about, we will address. Because after all, you have sent your vortex out ahead of you. And we're in there. We know what's on your mind. We know where you are in relationship to it. That's the nice thing about your inner being, about the source within you. We know where you stand in relationship with all that you want, and we know the path that will lead you to it, and we're pointing it out to you all the time. Today, you're going to feel more resonance than usual with that path, because even in this little bit of time we've been visiting with you, you've come vibrationally closer to your vibrational frequency of your vortex. So, what do you want to talk about? Some things? Some things. Oh, there's a lot of trouble in this room. We're going to have a really good time. Second row, right here. Second row, yeah.
Eins, zwei, drei.
Are you happy sitting back like that?
No. This is much better. This is exactly my theme, resistance. And I've been working for 15 years with all my passion, my power, with all what I believe of possibilities, of a project that I'm so convinced that will give so much. And
can you feel the gap? Can you feel the project that will give so much? Can you feel that gap between?
There is a huge gap.
Well,
there's a huge gap, and there is something. Again? There's, I've been watching your video talking, and I've been, I am. I don't believe myself.
Yeah.
And since 2 years, there's so much resistance
well, here's the thing.
Towards me.
This is going to be so much easier than you think. Because you have been after this for a while, and you are trying really hard. A lot of you are trying really hard to get from where you are to where you want to be. We just have a few things that we are wanting to convince you of, and it will not be difficult. And then we're going to show you what to do to soften that gap right away. So, over time, you've launched an amazing project, and it has come to full fruition, vibrationally speaking. That's part of the reason that you can feel such urgency or such irritation about it not fully manifesting for you, because it's big and it's bold and there's a lot of energy around it and it's moving in a very strong way. And so it's calling you, but you're not quite going to it because you are focused too much, and almost everyone does it, on the current conditions that haven't been completely realized. And so the conditions feel like the absence of it. The conditions that you're observing feel like something that is missing rather than something that is there. So when the condition feels like it's missing rather than there, and you try harder and harder and harder, what happens without meaning to is you practice the vibration of its absence rather than the vibration of its presence. That's why we said earlier that the vortex, you can't see it or hear it or smell it or taste it or touch it, but you can feel it. So we have a process for you. It's new and it's powerful. This process is about the uncondition of something, because the condition, when you think about it, the condition of something is what you're seeing and hearing and smelling and tasting and touching. But we want you to focus unconditionally. You hear people talking about unconditional love. We want to talk about unconditional love in its fullest sense. We want to talk about unconditional alignment with your dream. We want to talk about unconditional clarity and unconditional fun. In other words, we want to talk about finding the fun before the condition. We want to talk about finding the feeling of it even before the manifestation. But you see, you are like almost everybody else. You're not used to doing that. You're used to there being a condition that you're responding to. So if it's a condition that pleases you, you have a good feeling response. And if it's a condition that doesn't please you, you have a bad feeling response. If it's a condition that's missing, you have a bad feeling response. And then, humans, we love you so much. You set out to control the conditions of the world, which you cannot do. If there were any chance of you controlling the conditions to find your love or to find your clarity, we'd be teaching you how to do that. But it doesn't work that way. You must find the feeling apart from the condition. And when you do, the condition must morph to support the emotion, the vibration that you have discovered. Does that make sense to you? Esther has been writing this process for a little while. We're just going to give you some examples of it. So something will happen that she's not happy about. A condition that is not pleasing. Oh, she can go down the road like it shouldn't be happening. Somebody should call somebody. They should be behaving better, whatever it is. So there's a condition that she knows that if it were different, she would feel better. So she writes the condition in all of its orneriness, whatever it is. this is the condition that I am